Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time we're reviewing on what if the Punisher family hadn't been killed, issue number 10. Now, as you know, the What If comics are meant to be like a what if tale set in different realities. Like, what if Spider-Man man hadn't been Spider-Man? What if Norman Osborn never been the Green Goblin? What if the Fantastic Four had been different people? So the story is basically about what if Punisher's family hadn't been killed and what would have happened. So it starts off how Frank Castle is with his family saying, "Okay, son, we'll get it high, just play the line off. Keep it tight, though the kite will fall. That's it now." So basically, his wife tells him to come by. Then, like most crappy weather forecasts, he realizes that it's raining. And we see the Watcher telling us, the reader, about this reality. And his wife's like, "I don't believe it. It's raining, and the weatherman said..." "Forget about the weatherman, honey. Let's get under some cover." And if you have read the original Punisher comics, Frank Castle's family were gunned down in the park. So, instead in this reality, his family were never gunned down in the park, leaving the guy to die. And he's like, "This is New York, not Vietnam. Why would anyone be firing guns here?" So, instead in this reality, Frank Castle's family never got gunned down in the park, and he never actually became Punisher just yet. So we see him still awake, like how most nights where, you're awake and you don't have much stuff on your mind, but he points out saying, "And I heard from them today they accepted me," and basically becoming a police officer. And they're like, "Come on, Frank, stop daydreaming. We gotta find these suckers soon. That's the third store he's hit this week, and it's all on our beat." So eventually they catch the guy thanks to Spider-Man, and basically Frank pretty much points out the guy in court, but turns out that the judge is being paid off, and I'm actually surprised no one in the justice system is seeing this. No one's calling this out. And he's like, "Money? Do you mean..." "No, I can't believe it. And I find the police search legal and all evidence from it terminated. This case dismissed." And so Frank Castle realizes to his horror that his so-called partner and the justice system are all corrupt. And he's like, "Here, buy something nice for the kids." So he talks to his wife about it and he doesn't know what to do. So he sees the chief of police and he's like, "Captain Card, I'd like to... Hey, weren't you in the 2nd Marines, 1968? "Frank Castle, right? Always good to meet a fellow Marine. I heard you turned up here. Been meaning to look you up, talk over old times." So he talks to him about it, and he pretends to help him out, but turns out he's also corrupt. A guy who put his life on the line to keep his country safe is turned a blind eye. So we see Frank Castle realizing that the justice system is a joke and corrupted. So he still spends time with the family as much as he can, and sees his son's Halloween costume, which is a full shadow to Punisher, and eventually gets more leads where the captain of police decide to place a hit on him. So just as they're watching a Michael Jackson music video, we see that Frank Castle's brother-in-law shows up saying, "Hey cuz, Frank, I hope I hadn't disturbed anything dirty." So he talks to him about his problems and decides to, spend the night in this. And this is mostly like what I'm like when I'm, seeing my dad or staying over someone's house. I mean, the sofas aren't too bad and they're actually quite warm. So after pretty much having his family all come to him, after their children had nightmares, they say, Come on now, let's all get some sleep. So just then, they start firing their guns into the house, and then they throw off a ground grenade just to make sure, killing everyone in the house, even Frank's brother-in-law. So Frank Castle wakes up after getting unconscious, saying, "Got to get out! Get my gun!" And so he sees that his family have been gunned down. And so we see the chief of police giving his big speech, ends up being gunned down. We also see the judge going to a special house and gets gunned down as well, saying, "You won't be alone." And so he sees that all the hits and stuff, and sends more stuff to the Daily Bugle, where Robbie Robinson says, "Holy jumping! Will you look at this? That's the Judge Morrison taking money from the Ranger and Captain Carmody and tell them to start the presses." And so we also see the Kingpin planning on, getting rid of Punisher, and just then, one more final hit on his former partner. It ends up with him killing him and walking off with his destiny in hand as the man with vengeance, Punisher style. So yeah, this is the story. So what do you think? I could actually see this origin for the Punisher in a more modern Marvel comic, because given the fact that Vietnam ended years ago, it would be definitely an interesting take on a new Punisher story. Despite the title being a bit misleading, it still holds up well. So in general, a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.